Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They go play action with Jackson. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy. Ready. Pittsburgh. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Houston.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson from the shotgun. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Alert! Hey, alert 33. Real. Hey, Delta. Watch out.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 82 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming. In to drop him.
Myles Garrett. A loss of 9 on the sack. It's 2nd down.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They go play action now. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Thomas. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Check three.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Regular.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. He finds Beckham, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
180! Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Regular. Hey, Charlie.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Got an open man, it's Radley. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Mayfield down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch. Run. Check. Fresno. Check. Up.
They'll run with Chubb. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So
Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Run for Pollard. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Let's go!
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the 44, Jackson. It's complete to Hopkins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Play action. It's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Hey, alert! Hey, high 7.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. He finds Hopkins complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
King!
On first down, McFarland. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Max 50. I'm coming after you.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Little razzle-dazzle by OBJ. He finds his target. Beckham. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That throw good for 4. It's second down. On second down, it's Pollard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. That's caught by Hollister. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Jackson dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Pollard, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Switch! 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 Kill! 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 Kill!
Here's Pollard again. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Just enough to get the 1st down there with a 1-yard pickup. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Pollard. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
Hey, 133. Check 43. Smooth. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Now Mayfield. It fights him off. And it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On second down, Mayfield again. And Stills bringing it in. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Or is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the fourth on the punt fumble. Being chased out left. Jackson hit.
I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point? Whatever you're going to pick up, they either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Throwing is Jackson. And Diggs has it. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Let's go.
Play action. Now Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Jackson now. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's go, D. Hey, alert 33.
Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 60 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Going to throw again. And the catch made by Hopkins. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Check. Real. Run.
From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The first down run with Chubb is going to go nowhere. He's, in fact, going to lose a couple. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Regular.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
To throw, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, 46 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Cleveland, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.